It's February 3rd, 2019. I'm out for my evening walk. I was doing a little live stream earlier on Facebook, but then I found out that it wasn't recording the audio using my Bluetooth headset. So I'm using a separate app that does that job. The thing about Facebook is as I mentioned in my live stream, is you face the constant threat of deletion of your person. The SJW Damocles sword is always hanging over you. So it's important to download your archive periodically, so you at least have the files in an offline format. Says you never know when you're going to be unpersoned by the traitorous social justice warrior left. So, a meme set which I waited in for several years. So, anyway. So I recently had a chat with some atheists in a group in Australia called the Australian Atheist Alliance. And the only reason I really maintain my connection to the group, well, a couple reasons is, first of all, for some reason, it's the only leftist-run atheist group, really, that hasn't booted me off since I redpilled out of leftism. And secondly, there's, I see some value in trying to poke and prod the people's brains here and there to, because I used to be part of that de facto secular cult. Let's see, excuse me, I gotta tie my little shoe. More tight. So yeah, I used to be part of that secular cult. So the original post commented on my appreciation for Andrew Breitbart's work and several other people who have who've been useful to listen to. Jordan Peterson, Gad Saad, Carl Benjamin, also known as Sargon of Akkad, Tarl Warwick, also known as Styx, Hexenhammer 666, Pat Condell, Stephen Molyneux, Mark Stein. I didn't mention Scott Adams, but he's another useful one. I guess I could add him to the list. Dennis D'Souza, previous friend of Christopher Hitchens when Hitch was alive. And I found this video clip where Andrew Breitbart said that Christopher Hitchens actually helped him red pill out of leftism. And so as did a lady named Camille Paglia. So anyway, I put that information on there. And the 99% response from those people in that lefty atheist group was essentially either to call me an idiot, an imbecile, what else? Oh, whatever other terms you can come up with. A few of them engaged me. A couple had some kind of half-hearted, half-assed responses. Partially useful responses, I should say. But most of it, 99%, was basically the response that leftist atheists give, pro-Marxist, pro-socialism, pro-communism atheists give to anyone who comes in with any sort of shall we call it a small L, libertarian type of commentary. So I do consider myself to be basically a Trump Republican, but that means something. It means I'm not an establishment Republican. I'm not a George W. Bush Republican. I'm not a George Herbert Walker Bush Republican. I could be a Reagan Republican, but yeah, so there's a difference. There's a difference between part of the corrupt swamp, the cronies, the warmongering cronies, and essentially the Trump type, which wants to keep America out of a bunch of fucking foreign wars and stuff like that, while also being honest about the truth about the impacts to the regular common folk of unhinged immigration, the truth about the problems with Islam, and so on. So, in these fairly lazy, intellectually lazy, meme set defense, cult defense type responses from these atheists in Australia, there was a generally common theme. One was general intellectual laziness. Second, painting a broad brush to try to discount the detractor. So it's all about meme set defense. I'm going up a little hill here, so it's making me just a little bit more out of breath. Got to get out and exercise, otherwise you feel sick. At least I do. Alright, let's see, where does this go? Is that a dead end or not? I can't tell. Looks like it probably is a dead end, I think. Looks like it. So I'll continue up this way. So, one of the things that helped me, a few things that kind of pushed me out from the left. One was I saw the response of the cultural left to the Charlie Hebdo massacre. The only people on the cultural landscape who supported the drawing of Muhammad were small L libertarians. So I happened across this man named Bosch Foston. Bosch Foston. And he won a Draw Muhammad cartoon contest in Garland, Texas. Bosch is an ex-Muslim, and so in a couple of Muslim nutjobs did try to shoot up the event, and they were forcibly taken out by a couple of off-duty policemen. Garland, Texas. So, but you might ask yourself, why? And I was asking these, kind of lazy-ish, intellectually lazy leftist atheists in Australia, why is it that the cultural left iron-fistedly gloms onto Islam? Why? And I have a theory that the answer is that because having rejected Christianity and everything that goes with it, with the Christian meme set, including the evolved morals that are couched within the Christian meme set, the leftists, they are looking to fill the hole left in their, shall we call it their, I don't know if you want to say evolved soul, but let's just say their evolved nature, because the word soul might imply something supernatural, which I don't mean to imply. But in any case, they basically bailed on the family values. They bailed on the family values of Christianity, and they are drawn naturally to the family values such as they are of Islam. Now, admittedly, Islam has a lot more problems. The childless leaders of Europe, let me say that again, the childless, no children, childless leaders of Europe, they chose to import massive numbers of people to breed on their behalf at a cost of rape gangs and increased theocracy. They iron-fistedly suppress any criticism of said mass importation. Why? Why? What's the real reason? And once again, I propose that the real reason is an evolutionary and human nature one. Okay? So, they are looking to fill within their general culture group. Is this an example of group selection? I don't know. But apparently nature abhors of a vacuum, at least within a non-vacuum area. Nature abhors a vacuum. And similarly with America, who on the cultural landscape pops racist eugenicist Margaret Sanger's birth control pill the most. Who? Well, it's the same people who want to import, what's that phrase again? Import people to breed on their behalf from the South by any means necessary, at any cost, including violence, such as the violence of Antifa. What's the violence of the thugs of Antifa born from? Anger. Anger. It's misdirected anger, really. Misdirected anger. Anger at being lied to about human nature from the cultural left is violently expressed by the black-shirted thugs of Antifa. And bam. B-A-M-N. By any means necessary. And a Alinskyite thug group. Saul Alinsky. Obama's best bud. So, anyway, nature abhors a vacuum. So look, culture is like a river, but there can be bad. The river can be poisoned. The river can be abusive. The river can be destructive. So there's good parts to popular culture, but there's also some cancerous parts that need to be rejected. And just don't accept everything whole hog. Don't accept whatever your university teacher especially tells you. Understand, rubber band? University teachers are the fucking worst. Hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. All in all, it's just another brick in the commie wall. The brick in the commie wall. Yeah. So, communism killed over 100 million people so far worldwide since it was invented by moron Karl Marx. Although you have to admit it does take some smarts to come up with a very vengeful Ponzi scheme into which massive numbers of chumps will be drawn. Yeah, Ponzi scheme. So, yeah. So anyway, I was listening another related item that I mentioned in my post to the atheists in Australia is that Gad Sad was recently talking to Glenn Beck, and Dr. Sad mentioned to Mr. Beck about how a man named E.O. Wilson, I think a biologist, talked about how socialism is a nice system, but it's not a system for the human species. Nice system, wrong species. You know. And side note to how with an ant colony, you have the queen, and then you have all the drones who are supposedly equal, right? But with Marxism, you have equality at the point of a gun, equality at the edge of a sword, equality by any means necessary, equality forced at the hands of violent thugs, such as the thugs of Antifa, the angry thugs. You want to see the face of how nice leftism is firsthand? Whether it's a kind and generous left and inclusive meme set? You want to see what the word diversity means? Well, visit a public event where Antifa is present. Then you'll see what the word diversity means. You'll see what the word inclusion means. It means those words mean the exact opposite of what the cultural left claims they mean. So every time I see the word tolerance, I see inclusion, I see diversity, those are code words, Marxist code words for the exact opposite. These people don't want diversity of thought. These people don't want to include classic liberals and conservatives of any type. No, these people don't tolerate people who dissent from their dominant paradigm. No, they don't. So it's a secular cult. Marxism, communism, fascism, all leftist, not rightist, leftist meme sets and de facto secular cults. So anyway, so yeah, we need to be honest about what is going on, and the best way to evaluate what humans are really doing and why they're doing what they're doing is through an evolutionary lens, an honest, pragmatic, evolutionary lens. And if that hurts your feelings, if that hurts your feelings, the feelings of Muslims, if it hurts the feelings of Mormons, if it hurts the feelings of Catholics, if it hurts but especially of Muslims, and if it hurts the feelings of the Stonewall faggy fags, then that's too fucking bad. That's too fucking bad. All you people who want to shut people like me up, well, you're not going to succeed. Operation Clambake is an operation. Operation Clambake originally was a deal on the internet where people exposing the nutty roots of Scientology. This Scientology religion was how to shut them down in one place. Then they just mirrored the information on other websites. So the pro-Islamic theocracy Zucky fucks of the world can try to censor people like me, people like Tommy Robinson, people like Pat Condell, people like Carl Benjamin. I don't know, any number of people who've been shit-canned, attempted to be shit-canned by the iron-fisted Marxist left. They can try, but alternatives are cropping up and popping up. So they won't succeed in the end. The truth is going to get out there. So what family values are the left for? Are they for the nice, generally nice family values of Christianity, an evolved meme set? Or are they for the rape gang family values of Islam? So yeah, Islam does promote traditional family values, but they have some retrograde inclusions that Christianity, as a meme set, as a general meme set, rejects. All right. I mean, if you have fucking rape gangs in Christianity, Christian church, we're gonna fucking string you up. We're gonna hang you from the highest tree. You know. So try that shit in our culture, and by fuck, we're gonna string you up, biatch. But the cultural left, they cover for these people. So see, that's the downstream effects when you. This is the downstream effects of being myopic with regard to how humans operate, how human morality operates. Okay. Do you want the nice version of family values, or do you want the evil retrograde version? Which one? Well, the cultural left has made their choice. Okay. The people who said we couldn't draw Muhammad, they made their choice. All right. So it's a complicated business, being alive and trying to figure out what to do. Just keep taking the red pill. Be pragmatic. Be honest. Be wisely selfish. And be wisely generous. And often, because of the way sex works in us, being wisely selfish is also the same thing as being wisely generous. All right, well, that's the end of my commentary for now. Bye-bye.